With the shooter season rapidly approaching, it means we have entered the pre-shooter beta season, and one of the biggest shooters of the year recently had its open beta, the stupidly named Battlefield 1. Seriously, why call Battlefield 1? It's like calling the new Jason Bourne movie Jason Bourne. It's not the first one.
If you just wait till after the episode, I'll explain it.
It's like I'm a viewer again.
Oh my god, I can't believe I'm on a horse in a Battlefield game. It's like Red Dead Redemption.
I've died 6 times already.
I just want to run and jump.
Oh!
For the Turks!
Yes!
Another one! There's another one! Dead! We're dead!
Hex, I have...
Yes! Get him! Get him! Reverse over him, avenge me!
I can't drive! I can't drive!
Oh! Didn't see that one coming.
This is, of course, called Battlefield 1 because it's set during World War I, which I think is one of the least explored wars in gaming history.
Yeah, I'd say so, except I can't remember a game about the Crimean War?
Oh, yeah.
Or the Boer War?
Falklands War.
No Falklands War game.
Gamergate.
Yeah, that one's still going. And it's probably because World War I is one of the biggest and bloodiest wars in our history. It's filled with trench warfare and battles that were more horrible than heroic and trench foot Hex. So these are things that most developers would go, we can't make a fun game about that, but not DICE.
Well, I think they've certainly taken more than a few liberties with the historical accuracy here to make it fun. Still feels a bit dirty calling World War I fun.
Yeah, well, I guess if games can make every other war seem fun, then why not try it with World War I? But I am excited to see the swing away from the trend of modern and futuristic settings for games, and I'm interested to see how DICE handles such a tricky subject matter.
Well, the setting has certainly given it a unique flavor. Seeing horses and biplanes and those big lumbering tanks all going at it is pretty much unlike any other shooter out there.
But for all the changes a World War I setting could bring, this is still unmistakably a Battlefield game.
Yeah, it's almost like a reskin in many ways, although a significant one. The beta gave us access to one map and 2 classic Battlefield modes. With the 64-player mayhem of Conquest, where 2 teams vie for control over various points on the map, we have taken Objective George.
And Rush, a more structured 24-player affair where one team attacks and tries to arm points while the other team tries to defend them and dies.
We have taken out Objective Butter.
Outside of those familiar modes, there are a few significant changes, and I suppose the biggest moment-to-moment difference is the weapons. Going back to bolt-action rifles and slower, beefier styles of automatic weapons gives combat a slightly slower, more tactical feel, I thought. And the inclusion of gas grenades and gas masks adds an eerily bleak vibe to things too.
And I think you have to pay more attention to how your weapon works than with modern guns. Probably the biggest new thing are those special power weapons you can pick up on the map, such as the flamethrower or anti-tank, anti-plane sniper rifle.
I also felt like there was a more diverse range of vehicles this time around.
Well, some of them are alive.
There are a bunch of different types of tanks and planes to choose from, which all handle very differently and fill different roles. And of course, we can't forget those horses.
I do love riding around on a horsey though, Hex, even though it does leave you exposed.
Oh, and it is awful when you have to shoot one though. Something I do think will be contentious with Battlefield fans, though, is the way vehicles spawn. No longer are they sitting on the map waiting for the first person to grab them, but instead you need to select one from a checkpoint as you're deploying.
On the left-hand side of the map? I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I mean, it's a minor difference, but I always enjoyed spawning in and then rushing to a waiting vehicle.
Yeah, I guess it's to stop players from just crowding around a spawn point, waiting for a vehicle to pop up.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean players are just going to wait in the deploy screen now instead?
Well, I didn't say it was a perfect system, but the biggest change for me is you feel way more vulnerable on foot against these vehicles. Most soldiers don't have any anti-tank weapons, and those that do need to get in real close to use them. There are no bazookas or rocket launchers here.
Yeah, I'd almost say the tanks are overpowered. A well-operated tank can pretty much control a game. You really need other tanks or one of those stationary guns to deal with them.
There's still plenty of destruction, and it seems like tanks and artillery leave much more significant craters around the map.
There's also a random weather system now which can kick up a bit of dust or create an almost impossible to see through storm. And I like that it's random because it adds some unpredictability to things and makes it feel more natural.
I like these special behemoth vehicles myself, which sort of rock up if your team is doing badly. So in this map, if you suck enough, the game goes, hey, Nick, here's a giant train loaded with guns. Let's see if that helps. It didn't, though. But all in all, I feel like this is shaping up to be a unique and solid entry for the series.
Yeah, and who knows, they might be able to pull a decent single-player campaign out of this setting too.
Yeah, I wouldn't get your hopes up.
Whoa, they're a tank.
Oh, explode!